Good morning, folks. Welcome back. And here we go again. Let's see what we can make today. Thinking a nice watering hole in the type of grasslands we've been wandering around through lately. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. First off, excuse me, a circle. I think that would be the most appropriate use of our space this time. And let's go 30. So we're looking at a 60-meter wide sphere. Apply rotation scale, F7, inset. And we'll leave that as our center. Okay, and now let's warp it around a little bit and turn on proportional editing. There we go. Bring this down a little bit. Actually, and this thing here, let's just take this face and poke it. Do I want to? Or not? No. Take it down. And I'm just creating some space. And we're going to grab this loop here and bring it down. Yeah, let's keep it fairly straight. There we go. Something like that, excuse me. And random one, let's just select, ooh, not that. There we go. And just add some bumpages. And I want to actually, maybe not quite so far down on this one. I want it to be down, but not a lot. Okay. And I think from here, let us quad remesh to like 150. Seems good. I want to do that to get rid of the decreasing tries in the middle so that everything is a bit more even. Morning, Brian. And down. Let's see, let's just select these. Sure. FC0. Down a bit. There we go. Something like that. Now, let's save. I already saved the file, so I'm actually good there. And apply our, excuse me. Oh, I'm all blocked up today. Apply our terrain generator. Auto Rocky Desert. Node tree. Terrain. Got it. Okay. And I'm going to add a plane in for water. Scale it up to about like that. I don't want any bigger than that. Just to see what we need to do for our, and we need to bring this down quite a bit, don't we? Let's see, tab. No, this one. Tab. There we go. Turn it off here. Go back to smooth. Exit, something like that. I think I need to be a little flatter than it is, just in general. Maybe we can bring it in like that first. See if that helps us. That helps us a little bit. And I want to get a good water hole, which means I need to go like that. That's a fairly big, but we can fix it, I think. I think that'll work. We'll use this as our water hole. And I think to do that, we need to apply our ground, which is fine. And then edit it. And I'm just going to bring up some ground. Just kind of push things around so we get more of a pond. Bring that up just slightly. And we're even down. Yeah, something like that. It's pretty big. Let's bring a person in so we can see how big it is. Yeah, that's a pretty big water hole. Do we want to shrink it down a little bit? Maybe we do. And we get more small to that side. So this means we're gonna have to edit this thing again. And just bring up the edges around it. Just making sure that it doesn't leak around the outside. So we can see, there we go. Entire thing. That's a little bit better, I think. Let's bring that down again a little bit. Slightly smaller. Gives us more room to play with other stuff. I think that's cool. All right. Object mode. Now I wanted to put our road along this thing too. So let's try that. We're gonna go Control A, curve, make a Bezier curve, edit it, delete all the vertices, go to draw, and we're gonna draw on surface. And we're not gonna follow this super carefully, but we're kind of gonna like try to follow along that, like that. Sure. That looks cool to me. Now let's come back up and we're still in edit mode. And item and mean tilt it 90 and give it a extrude of 3 meters. Kind of like that. So here at the end is definitely not working right. Well, maybe, but I think we got a couple things we want to try to fix here. It's gonna X vertex. There we go. Make it a little simpler. Same here. X vertice. That's good. That feels better to me. This one needs to come out more. Not that's really going to matter, but there we go. Cool. And I think that'll be a good place for our road. It's going to curve a little bit, but not too bad. I think it should be fine. So tab, Q, convert to mesh. Let's just look at it. Tab, everything seems okay. We're not getting any intersections, are we? Yeah, nope, there's an intersection here. turn off proportional. There we go. Just fix that. Just making sure that where it was curving, it didn't cross over, but that's good. I think that was the only one. Cool. Now let's give it a solidify. And just come over here. Offset of 0, so it's right in the middle. And thickness of 2. So the 2 meter high road / whatever it's going to be, wall, whatever. It's going to kind of look more like a wall probably, but it's a 3 meter wide, 2 meter high thing. Cool. Looks good. Q, sharpen it. Again, we're focusing on our big shapes first. So making sure that that reads. It does. And I want to turn off from editing mode, edit it, and yeah, fine. GZ, bring these down. Well, oh, down just a bit. So the road intersects with the ground everywhere. Yes. We don't want anywhere where the road is above the ground. The road bottom. Cool. The road top can, but we don't want the bottom to be. So we don't want the road to be like just hovering in the air. Okay. Cool. We like it. Let's save. Now, I'm going to use one of them, their geometry nodes. In this case, we're going to use Ruin. And just drag it on top. And it's going to convert this whole thing into something like that. Which works pretty well. I quite like it. What I don't like are these simple plain grass things on top. If you look, you can see it once it finishes updating. Yeah, it's just using simple planes to mimic grass, and I don't like it from a lot of angles. It looks kind of wonky. So, but we could fix that. Let's go back to this mode. There we go. And I'm going to move this out for right now. We'll probably end up closing it, but we'll keep it for right now. And morning, guys. Cool. So we have what it's using is this right here. There we go. And it's just sharing that, they're duplicating it along, instancing it on points. So and it's weirdly this is the bad thing too. It's centering it. You can tell by the way it's looking at right there, and it should be centering it here. And that's one of the reasons why it looks bad. So first we could fix that and see if that worked. But I think instead, let's do this. Grass should use a number of things, but yeah, I didn't make it. But we're just going to go to Botanic and grab a grass that we like. Something pretty simple, because it's going to get replicated over and over and over again. And I think we like this wild here. There we go. So we're going to use that. And what we're going to do is join it to this. Yeah, and then we're going to delete the face. So now that object is just our grass object. So I don't have to go edit to call it. Did it work? it doesn't look like it did this time. No, it did. They're just very small. There we go. We need to scale them up a bit too. Okay. So grass. Scale it up to like that. There we go. That's better. So now we have sort of random grasses floating in here, and they're still a little bit wonked out, but it's better. It always rotates them, so we could change its axis, but I don't think it makes much difference. It seems to be, but let's change its axis just to see. Might help us. What's it, Y90? Yeah. Let's see, is that better? That is a little better. Well, maybe. It's hard to say. I mean, honestly, I could just delete them all, and maybe that's a better option, and then we could just do it ourselves on top. But so it's all built into the road emitter, so we'll mess with it more later. But I just wanted to do that to start with, and we don't need the fire one at all. I'm just gonna get rid of that. We could build in a demolish. And if I do that, and let's see, let's see. Sometimes it's hard to find where it puts them. There we go. That's a demolish. It's centered on that circle there. So we could move it. Which way do we want to go? This way. Whee! There's our demolish, and we shrink it down quite a bit. Something like that, just to give it a bit of a chunky hole. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Sure. And let's bring it up a little bit. Like that. So kind of thinking like, yeah, it's gotten a little bit chunky. Although you can't super tell because that's there. Yeah, we could move it, I suppose. That's fine though. Let's increase the size of it a little bit. Or decrease the size of it. And move it along the Y. It doesn't really matter. Just playing. Cool. Something like that. Just to make it a bit more interesting. Save again. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to move this grass. Well, do we want to move it? Yeah. Let's just take it down underneath our scene for right now. And I want to go grab some objects from another scene. Doesn't really matter where we pull it. This one's pretty fast. So we're just going to go grab the grass objects that we've been using because I like the way we've set the materials up for them already. So rather than have to do that again, we're just going to go pull them from another scene because I have yet to save them for the asset browser. Been watching this live stream webcam in Namibia in the desert of a watering hole. It's just been kind of cool. It just goes 24 hours a day, and it shows all the animals and stuff that come up to this watering hole. It's pretty cool. And it kind of gave me the idea to play with this today. Do something like it. We're going to have a little bit more grass than they do, though. There's pretty desert. Just loading up my file. In the meantime, let's see. Enjoying this so far. I need to put something like here, like a big rock or something. I don't know why, but let's actually edit this. Sculpt mode. And bring this part down like that. Make sure we don't mess it up too much, but just so it's kind of feels like maybe had something to do with the water hole causing that. Can't go too far because we don't want to do that. There we go. Okay. All right. Now my file's up. Object mode. Go over to the other one. And we're going to go grab our grass objects. Okay. Oh, and copy them. Yep. Okay. And then back over to here. Put them in there. And I guess we need to go ahead and tweak our water. Control A, rotation scale. Q, solidify. Gotta go a little more. There we go. Cool. There's our water. And we'll move it to water. We're going to move this to road. New collection, road. And where's that? M, ground. Let's make sure we got road and road. M, road. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to create another new collection. I'm going to call it upward obstructions. And we'll move road into there and water into there. Okay. And let's go ahead and put the grass in because I think in this case, geoscatter is going to have a fair impact on what we do. So let's start playing with that now. Sometimes I wait till later, but I think this time the grass is kind of part of the scene more than just a coloring on the end. So we got it. And then we're going to grab grass objects, select objects, and preset to this one, and scatter objects. We're going to get a lot of grass everywhere. And we're going to say culling masks, vertex group, not vertex group. Come on, Seth. Upward obstruction to upward obstruction. And now we don't have any going through the road or the water. The water is pretty obvious to see. Let's check the road just to make sure. If we turn this off, yep, cool. Save again. Now, we also want to do a proximity and repel from the water slightly, which is why I separated them into multiple folders. Because we can repel from the water like that, and of 3. Something like that. And we also want scale. 60%. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have lower ones near the water and then higher ones as it gets further away. Looks pretty cool. And we can just hide grass objects now, get it out of our way. Okie dokie. Coming along nice-ish. Now, I don't feel like that's enough yet, though. So, let's add some more stuff. Let's go with the biome scatter. And try biome 5 or 3? That's the question. Big rocks or little rocks and trees? Let's do big rocks. And it's gonna think for a minute. It's gonna be quite big because we're dealing with a fairly large space. It's not too bad, actually. Okay, close it down. Now, do we want to allow rocks near our water? I think we might. There's no reason not to. Rocks go into ponds all the time. I don't think we want this one to upward obstruct. We have to do it individually. Grass, this one can deal with our full upward obstruction. No grass in the water or under the road. Rock 1, upward obstruction of road. Guys, hope I select it. There we go. And rock 2, also upward obstruction of road. Might as well keep our polys down. But not the water. So the difference being the grass is upward obstructed by just the water, or everything rather. Grass is everything, all upward obstructions. Morning, Michael. Rocks are just the road. So if we turn off upward obstruction, yep, we got rocks in our pond. We don't have any rocks under our road. Cool. That's looking all right for me. Now, I think I'm going to come where? I'm just debating if I want to do something in here. And I don't know. Well, we can try. Maybe I'll put that in road. Upward if I do. And we have to go grab another one because we used Geoscatter's biomes, sadly. And Botanique, rocks. Grab a big granite rock. Put it here. And it's going to think for a second because it's a little slow. Where to put it? Got rock. And we're going to scale it 1.5. Oh, I can just show you that real quick, Michael. It's super easy. All I do is put over here, Shift A, mesh, circle. And then scale it, and then just edit it and F to fill it. Okay. Do we like this rock here? I think we kind of do. Maybe I want it a little bit bigger again. I'm going to kill Geoscatter just to speed us up for a bit. Okay. So somehow this rock has fallen in where this road was. But that's cool. Don't need to worry about that. The physics of it all. We have a big rock blasting where our road used to be. Cool. All right. Now I'm going to bring in another element for this scene that I'm kind of psyched about, and that would be the dinosaur. The what you say? Yes. Yeah, that's how I do it. Watering hole, dinosaur, import. Let's see. I exported this from DAZ as an FBX. I don't remember if it keeps the rig or not. It's thinking. It does keep the rig. Nice. That's very cool. And we're going to move that off of road. New collection, dino. And again, kill the geoscatter. And G here. I think where I want to put him, but that looks actually not bad. Something like that. Tails kind of line it up pretty well, actually. Not bad. Down. Could move him forward into the water, I guess, a little bit. There we go. That might make the tail happier too. Turn off the water. Where is the water? Oh, in upward obstructions. Okay. And we're just going to level this out a bit, I think. Flatten it down. Cool. Down. Cool. Bring back the water. Yep, still underneath. Good. And I'm just going to push the ground down rather than tweak his tail, because I just think it's going to be easier. There we go. Up a little bit there. Just a random dinosaur. Totally. That's how we do it, yo. Okay. I'll even bring it back a little bit, just so it kind of feels like it's kind of, there we go. Cool. Object mode. Bring back geoscatter. Did he get moved? What the hell? Why is it? He wasn't there. What the hell happened? Object mode. What the fuck? Huh? Not animation, is there? Is there an animation on? There is animation on this. Ugh. Hate it when it does that. Yeah. And G. There we go. Let's move it back kind of close to where we were. Yes, stupid thing. Okay, there we go. That's better. It's not exactly how we had it, but it's close enough. There was a location keyframe on him. That was the problem. It came across animated as the FBX, which I didn't realize. So easy to fix. And as soon as I turned on something else, it reapplied all of those things, and it lost all of what we did, which is not a big deal, but that's fine. And let's move him a little bit away from that rock. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Better spot for him. And yeah. He's just a little, I mean, it won't matter too much, but he's a little straight on. Let's just turn him slightly. I don't know. We won't be lined up to our axes anyway, so probably that's just me looking at it now that I can see these lines and they just annoy me, but whatever. Cool. Save him. But that's not all. Let's see what else we want to do. Do you want another one of them? We could duplicate him. Two dinosaurs? Why not? Let's grab our second one and maybe we put him on the road. There we go. And we'll edit. We'll pose him a little bit, I think, or try to. I feel like we probably don't have anything good IK-wise turned on this guy, but yeah. But let's see. We don't have to change it much. I just don't want to have the exact same pose as the other guy. Okay. Yeah, now it's different. Yeah, now they look different. Maybe we'll bring this tail down just a bit. Not that one. This one? There we go. Cool. Cool. Save. Make sure there's no keyframe. There's not. Good. Now let's look and see what we have. They should have materials, do they? They're not just black, are they? Not that. Oh, at pose mode. Skin. Looking pretty black. Let's see. Shading. Okay. Well, that definitely exists. Good. Okay. And that exists. Okay, so is it this? That is definitely, that's pretty cool. Okay. Normal to normal. Oh, because it's not a normal map, it's a bump map, isn't it? Yeah, that's why. That's why it's causing a problem. Let's just get rid of that. bump. Because it's importing a 20-year-old DAS model, so who knows what it's doing. That's better. Let's go to strength of like 3. Cool. Cool. Let's add a bit of some subsurf too. Just because I like to play with this stuff a little bit. Let's try doing the same thing we do with Nomad Sculpts. Voronoi texture and scale of like 2000. Let's see what we got. That's pretty good. Noise texture scale of like 100. And mix those two with a overlay. There we go. That looks good. We don't have a roughness texture on this guy right now. Let's go ahead and use this as our roughness too. Maybe? Or this. Which one do we want to use? Let's use this as our roughness. Sure. Roughness 1 into roughness. There we go. And then this also into there. That's given us some interesting, cool. Good. And let's take that same thing into our subsurface 1. Search map and map range to 0.002 max 0.005. No, 0.0034. Sure, why not? Now that should be pretty good. Okay. There we go. Doesn't really matter. Just want to give him a bit more. Cool, save it. And let's keep going. Where are we at now? 43, doing good. Water. Let's grab it. And polygonic. Spawn material. Yep. It's pretty green. Let's make editable. Base color. I'm going to go with a more of a brown. There we go. Cool. Right on. That's looking okay. Now, we want to come back, do a bit more playing on our ground. I just wanted to do that for a minute first. I don't know why. Geoscatter. We're just going to turn this one off entirely for right now. We're going to turn off this one and this one. And grass, we need to have a little bit more work on it. We need to repel it from water. And minimum of 1. Let's try 1 and try and scale on 50 for our density. Let's just see if we can turn it on. Let's save first just in case it gets ugly, but it should be okay. let's turn back on this one to see what it looks like with that comparatively. Okay. And I think we want to increase our transition to like 3. It's going to fade it back more. Maybe 2. Maybe 3, but a minimal up closer to the water, 0.25. Yeah, there we go. So we have a little bit of grass, but it's tiny because we're having the scale affected in towards our water. I think that's good. And if we look at it with color, okay. Yeah. I'm okay with this ground. I wasn't sure I would be, but I think this ground is fine for what we're doing. Don't think it needs to be sandier. Looks pretty good, actually. And we come back and we start getting these little bits of grass. And then back here, we start getting a lot of grass. And that's what we want. Cool. Let's save. And maybe do one more. Wouldn't mind something near the road as well. It's kind of mostly just near the road. It'd be pretty subtle, though. I have to grab another window. Let's go to Botanic. And we could do some flowers. I think that could be neat. Common marigolds. What's this one? Lots of these sphastiums. So let's just grab them all. Cool. All those. And we're going to come up here and do a new one from browser selection, clumped there. And I'm just going to turn off grass again. And we'll turn off this one too, just so we can see what we're doing. Scatter the assets. They are everywhere. They're tiny, which I don't know that I hate, but I'm going to first repel road and invert it so they're near the road. And then we're going to chunk up our there we go. And then we're going to make it even closer. Transition minimum is going to be 0.25. Should bring it closer in. Yep. So it's right along our road and that rock. We have flowers, which we really probably will only even see kind of subliminally, if at all. But you know, hey, turn back on that because that's gonna be the big block of it. Yeah, cool. And then our rocks. Just Why? I don't know. But just to give it something else. If we look, let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, you can see them. They're there. Just kind of follows the road a little bit. Why? I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. Cool. Now let's close this one for now. I'm sure we'll need it again in a minute. Cool. Just taking a look. And I think the next thing we need to do is grab ourselves a sky. We're going to try to do a little bit more background work than sometimes we do. So where am I? Blind. HDRI Maker. There we go. Open world. Let's see. One that kind of fits what we're looking for. Something like this. Let's see. That might even be too early in the day. Although it's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Try a little later in the day. Go slightly higher up. This is it's thinking. Whew, that's a lot higher in the day. I think that's a little too much. Is this sort of in between? It's hard to tell. That's kind of all right. That's a little closer. I think we'll go with that one. I like how yellow everything is. It actually makes it much easier for us to believe that it fits this space. And we need to remember, we'll go ahead and do the 8K. It's not going to be too bad. It'll slow us down a bit, but it's going to make a big difference when we're looking at things. You're like, oh, those aren't blobs, those are buildings, and we don't want that. Shit like that, like those. We want to make sure we don't have those in our scene. Let's turn off geoscatter for right now. And kind of find where we want our initial shot to be. Something like this seems kind of cool. I know we got to get rid of the dude too. Photographer, camera, 65, because I like that camera. Cook anamorphic, because I like that lens. Widescreen. And let's go a little bit wider, so like 35. I do like that dark light going back too. That's cool. Fog? I'm trying to avoid fog on this one, actually. Definitely use it a lot, but it's such a cheap thing. Like, anyone can make a scene look cool with fog. So the next thing is to try to make a scene look cool without fog. Because, yeah, anyone can make a scene look cool with fog. It's just not hard. Camera, let's just bring it up a bit. That there, cool. Can we see us well enough? Oh yeah. Now we could definitely do like a morning fog on there, and it would look cool. And we might still. I haven't decided, but you can also kind of just do that with a little bit of a Z depth pass afterward if you want to. Let's go a little bit closer. We don't even need to see his whole tail. We know he's got a tail. But I do kind of want to keep his head. Okay, we're gonna need to edit him. Sculpt mode, or pose mode rather, sorry, not sculpt mode. Can we, is there, I wish there was inverse kinematics turned on for this guy, but there's not. And it just means I'm gonna kind of do it a bit like this. There we go. Now they're looking at each other and it breaks the silhouette of the road, which we need. That road that we put a whole bunch of flowers around that we will not see because, but also fine. We could put something here though. Another rock, just grab the same rock. Exit pose mode. Let's turn off. Oh yeah, it's slow because it's in the section. Turn off geoscatter. Okay. Come on. There we go. G. There. GZ. Just want something. Having something in the extreme foreground just really helps these kind of scenes. It's really pretty cheap and cheesy, but it works. So you do it. That feels okay. Let's take a look again. I was gonna put like some hills and stuff in the background, but this HDR just worked kind of perfectly for what I actually wanted it to be. So I don't know that we need that. That looks kind of cool. We could put a ruin back there. What is what? Cylinder? Sure. Vertices 5. That'll be good. Scale it up. Bring it back further to here. We're probably going to need to change our camera. I'll do that right now. Do you have a depth of clip end of like 250? There we go. Bigger. 0. Okay. Control A, rotation scale, 1, GZ, 0. Okay, cool. And now tab 3, scale it in, turn off proportional. There we go. And in and E. Something like that. Could be to start with. RZ, let's just rotate it. There we go. That's about a rotate. And now tab A, turn off that. Shift Q, plate inset, subdivot 1, 2, max depth of 0.25. No. 1. 1 seems pretty good. F9, indet of 0.1, and 0.1. Better. Yeah. Let's just try one more subdiv just to take it too far. That seems all right. All right, do a little bit less reversing. There we go. Oh, it's a ruin. It's not a spaceship. It's gonna be like a building. Remove one. That's okay. Sure. Yeah, all right, I can live with that. And then save. Find it again. Erode it. There we are. Erode it. That's a little too much, but always. Resolution of 10. Probably more than I need, but let's see. That is better. That looks pretty cool. I'm gonna maybe rotate it around a little bit more, just to see if we can grab it over the side. That side seems to have more interest to it. I should probably apply it first. It's a spaceship the dinosaurs arrived on. Yeah, totally. It's not. Yeah, let's apply those modifiers, sure. Maybe in your world. That's the thing about making images. Once you set it out in the wild, anyone can make it whatever they want it to be. Okay, cool. 7. Let's rotate it, see if that's better. See what we want, which side we want to have something cool facing out of. There we go. I think we'll go like that. Okay, I think it's been done. All right, let's give it our material, and I think it's pretty much going to be just a silhouette. Looks like the way the light is, but let's give it a dirty polished stone. Sure. Yep. Tab A U cube projection. That's some weirdness there. That's fine. And oh yeah, now it gets light. It's quite a bit of light actually. It's kind of cool. Maybe even too much light. Let's see. Object, shade smooth. Yeah, I think pigs in space, you're probably safe. That's never been done. Certainly frogs. That just feels too sharp. Maybe I'll try different material. Where am I? What did I use? Fine, screw it, I'll go this way. No, oh, I used it here. Cool. Didn't I? Yes, I'd used it yesterday, as a matter of fact, Seth. You moron. Come on. Material. Sand. Didn't I? Or did I get rid of it? Red. Red desert rock? We could just try that. Let's see if that works. I'm curious. Yeah, actually, I like that. That's cool. That works pretty well. We don't have, yep. Let's turn back on Geoscatter. Cool. Yeah. All right. And I'm gonna get rid of our guy because we do not need him now. But let's see. Close Geoscatter off again. Wouldn't mind some birds. And in animals, crows. There's a crow emitter right there. Okay. Close area. M, new collection, crows. J. Where's our? They're all still. Did they not get attached to a target? I thought they should. Physics, voids, yes. Movement. Void brain, there it is. Goal. Where's birdseed? Is that called birdseed or get renamed? Well, that's gonna be our goal regardless, so. Birdseed. Rewind, play. Why are they not moving? That's bizarre. They should be. Well, yeah, but this is not. These are dinosaurs. I didn't say it was the era there or the plane of existence they're from. This is the Fluxlands. They don't give a rat's ass about that. Why are they not coming across? They're not admitting? My crows aren't emitting. My crow emitter's not emitting crows. Should be emitting 250 of them as voids. And they are not emitting. That's a very bizarre thing. Let's see. Maybe did they get separated in the render? Let's see. Physics, render, collection. Instance collection. These are our crows, right? Yeah, that's why. New collection. Crow instances. Inside crows. And here, crow instances. There we go. Now they're coming. Off and rewind. Whee! Lots of crows. And we can just move this sucker kind of back there, up a bit. Move this guy over there. And we have some bird particles. That's about all they look like they are. It's just little particles. But I wonder though, let's take our bird seed and move it over here. And rewind. Oh, it's too far over that way. But where's our camera? Or is it? Let's see, 7. Right, that's too high up. Let's bring it down. There. There's our camera. Okay. So if we take it and we just move it to kind of right behind our camera and up just a little bit and rewind. Oh, Ian Hubert made it years ago. They're not, and it's from his Patreon. I can't claim it as mine, but hey. There we go. They're still too far that way. So let's take it more over here. He literally just animated a couple of crows. And okay, it's better. I don't need to actually worry about being behind the building though. So let's just start it more over here too. Since we're not doing an animation, it actually doesn't matter. And now they're going too far that way. Yeah. Now we'll have it go more to here. It's gonna be wasting time with crows, but now they're coming towards us though, and I think that's cooler. This is, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's cooler. I could even move it a little bit more. That way. Let's see. That seems like that could be working. Sure, I like that. Kind of just about like that, actually. Like 165. Cool. I do love me some birds. Absolutely. That's very true. Okay. And just debating. We could leave it just like this. or we could put another hill back behind here just to add another level of detail. And I think we're going to do that. Okay, Shift A, mesh. We're going to go with a very simple one though. Ant landscape? Yeah, we'll use an ant landscape. And just give it a random, I don't know, seed. Scale it up. Over, scale it up. Down a little bit. Something like that. That even, just so it goes across behind it. Yep. Cool. And we'll Control A, rotation scale. We'll give it the same auto landscape. And cool, but we're going to need to give it also a biome on it so that it's not just flat looking. So, okay. Geoscatter. Again, make sure rotation scale. Yes, we did. Good. Clear it. Grab it. Open biome. And let's grab another one of these dries. Let's do dry 7. Cool. Yeah, whatever. Exit. And then let's go grab this one. Random. Copy selected systems. This one. Paste systems. Cool. Turn it on. And turn on Geoscatter. So I think for a second. Yeah, that's cool. But I'm going to actually turn it off again for just a sec because I don't need the tiny ones on this. So anything that says is tiny here, we don't need. We're not going to see it. It's too far back. So we just want it for the big things. So we might as well make our life easier. There we go. Now it doesn't have to process them later because we're not going to see grass, like tiny grass from 200 meters away. It's not 300, I guess, but 0. And we got a hill. Let's see. We liked 165, didn't we? That's where we were. Somehow I'm not in the same one. I have to rerun it again. But yeah, that looks good as a hill. I like it. And it gives us just a little bit of layering further between this very far background and our building. So it's layer, 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 layer. Just kind of overlap sandwich. Looks good. Do I have to return on Geoscatter before I do my scatter every time, or will it let me do it? Let's see. Rewind. We wanted 165, was about where we were. Yep. Turn on Geoscatter. Is that going to work? Or do I need to rerun it when it's on? Let's see. Yeah, we need to rerun it when it's on. Okay, fine. you thinking? You're doing something. Hello, Blender. You're still thinking. Why are you thinking so much? Doing something. We're going to give it a minute before it lets us come back. I think it's doing something every frame is the problem. All right, we're going to have to kill it. It's just taking too long. You're responding now? No. End task. Die, Blender, die. Cool. File, recover, autosave, watering hole. Okay. Let's try turning it off this way so it's not rendering it. Let's see if that works. Failing that, we got one more thing we'll do. Just a lot of the way that the problem is the way it's interacting with the geoscatter tests. And I don't know why it's doing that because it shouldn't be, but it's annoying. But we can fix it. Yeah. Let's just make sure. One more time. End task. Just want to make sure one thing before. Come on, Blender, die. Blender.die.die.die, right? Kids today don't even know what that means. Okay, watering hole. That came back up fast. Came up very fast. I just want to make sure that it's not in, it shouldn't be in upward obstructions. No, it's not in any of those places. And see, that looks correct now. That is there where we want it to be. So if we take this, we just do it this way then. It's not so many of them that it matters. Crow bird emitter, particles. Make instances real. Whee, cool. And then we can just delete the emitter. There we go. We just made 250 crows. Probably, Michael. I'm 49, or will be in a month. So, you know. Let's see. It just feels weird to say, but still true. Yeah, it happens. Don't worry, MTO. You know, in another couple of years, you will also either be 49 or dead. So it beats the alternative. You know, happens to most of us. There we go. Let's see. You kind of want it to happen to you ultimately, I suppose. Cool. Did I lose that? Oh, I did lose my hill. Damn it. I wanted my hill. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so we lost that hill, but we can bring it back real fast. And we still have 4 minutes to bring it back, so let's do it. And we don't have to worry about the crows anymore because now they're real objects. Each one is selectable. Woohoo. Shift A, mesh. Shift A, mesh. Landscape. How long have I been doing 3D? Not that long. Well, I mean, it's starting to be longer now. I think about 10 years. I mean, well, I guess a little longer than that. I started with Poser and Vue back in like 2006. But like this kind of stuff, I've been using Blender since 2018. Yeah, so like 6 years. Wrong enough to. Oh, the deep magics. Yep. There we go. Do one. Okay, scale it up. That's probably better actually. I'm gonna turn off. Geoscatter again. There we go. That works for me. Good deal. Now, let's Control A, rotation scale. I gotta redo all that crap again, but it doesn't take long. Auto landscape. Geoscatter. We'll grab this guy first because we've got him still. Copy selected systems. Yeah. I was a computer programmer before. I didn't even become an artist till my mid-30s. I went to art school at 34. Before that, I was a CTO of a pharma marketing company, which is just funny. I went from a C title executive to doing this, and I have way more fun doing this. Yeah. And grab that again. Try biome 7. That's what we're using. Yep. Cool. And then again, delete the grasses. Cool. And save. And turn back on Geoscatter. Turn on this one too. Looks good. Let's see what we got. I mean, I'm in between contracts at the moment because film hasn't picked back up in Vancouver, but I am a concept artist for television here in Vancouver, BC. Um, I did Snowpiercer. I did Fall of the House of Usher. I have worked on Batwoman and Supergirl. Yeah, lots of stuff. Um, this is how I make my living, and hopefully will again if I can, if they will ever start doing productions again. Would be nice. Cool. Like it. Let's just come back. Cool. And I don't want the camera. I do want those birds. I don't want the camera. No. Fine. Do it this way. Unselectable camera. Birds. There we go. Bring them down. Save. And yeah. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I just started doing these live streams when it says I'm in between contracts, just to kind of give me something to do and to share with people because it's kind of fun. So it's just like what I do on my own anyway. That looks cool. That looks good. I like it. We're at time anyway. Let's set ourselves. Where's our camera? Camera. Focus. Let's focus on this guy's head. Seems like as good a thing to focus on as any. And the bird's a little too close now. I don't know. What do we think? I keep doing this. Michael knows. I'm like, is it? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's select objects. Oh, I don't want the ground. What's that ground there? Ground. There we go. Global. Back just a bit. Over just a bit. I forgot now that I've made them all objects, I can actually just play with them. So, kind of no reason not to. There we go. Let's see how that does. You're going to have to deal with making oh yeah, that's better. Totally. Yeah, if you're going to have to deal with making them all objects, then at least you get to play with them, move them around. Turn the grass back on. And I think we're going to need to, yep, cool. I'm going to change our mispass depth to like 150 just to give us more depth variation there. And yeah, I mean, that's a little bit of a weird glow because it's small and shit resolution, but that's kind of what we're looking at. Cool. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it for today. Get this done up. I'll do 3 more views of it too. And then I'll be back again tomorrow with another one. Thanks everybody for hanging out, talking in the chat. It's always cool. Keeps me entertained. Yeah, and have a great rest of your day. I hope things go awesome for you. Okay, take care, folks. Bye.